So if it's me this time, it's usually going to be talking about the startup community here in Peoria. And we have an outstanding presentation today from Dr. Dave Demirjian. He is the co-founder of the Midwest Bioprocessing Center, and it's obviously a Peoria startup developing bio-based ingredients for human health, nutrition, and personal care. A lot of what they're doing is natural products for sunscreen right now, so that's going to be an interesting topic. Dr. Dave holds a PhD in genetics from the University of Chicago, so he's a lot smarter than me. A BSA from the University of Michigan. He is a co-founder and CEO of Zuchem, which has commercialized its proprietary bioprocessing to market, and the name of the product is xylitol, which I think many people know that name. It's a confectionery sweetener. He was a winner of Entrepreneur of the Year in Chicago in 1997 and was a finalist in the Ernst & Young Entrepreneur of the Year in 2004. So let's welcome Dave, and we look forward to that presentation.
Thanks, Kurt, and thanks everyone for letting me talk to you today about the company. So, make sure that my clicker's working. Midwest Bioprocessing Center is a biotechnology company. We make innovative ingredients for a variety of things, as Kurt mentioned, human health, nutrition, and personal care. And I'm going to spend most of my time talking about our lead product, which is called Ferula Shield, and it's an ingredient for the cosmetic industry.
Might have to turn it on. On the side.
Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. 2 minutes. Okay, just some quick background before I start, overview. To date, we've raised about $600,000 in investor capital, but using that, we've been able to bring in over $4 million in non-dilutive financing through government grants and things like that. We have a broad technology platform that can make a number of different ingredients using sustainable biotechnology from agricultural waste streams and feedstocks. And our lead product, Ferula Shield, is being tested in, actually it says over 100, but it's over 150 new cosmetic formulations right now. So we're excited about the product. So there's a big problem in the sunscreen industry, and most of you know it. If you ever put on your sunscreen and it's got the white cast on it, it's hard to rub in and it turns you white. That's based on the mineral-based sunscreens that are in there, things like titanium dioxide and zinc oxide. And those are what the consumers are starting to prefer because they're natural products. The alternatives are organic sunscreens. Those are clear, but they get absorbed into our bloodstream. They're toxic for reefs, and so people are trying to formulate away from those. The trouble is you can't get the mineral sunscreens high enough SPF, and you get the white caps on their own. So we think we have the solution for that, which is our Ferula Shield family of products. These are advanced biotech ingredients. They're proprietary. They were originally developed over at the USDA Ag Labs here in Peoria that we collaborate with. And what they are is highly effective SPF boosters. So you can mix them in with things like the titanium or the zinc or even the organic sunscreens. It'll significantly increase the SPF, anywhere from 10% to several fold, depending on your formulation. They're photoprotectants, so they will also, and strong antioxidants, so they will also protect other ingredients in your mixture. So if you have other active ingredients, they'll prevent it from photodegrading. They've got an excellent skin feel. People love the way they feel. They're bio-based, they're sustainable, and most importantly, they're easy to formulate for cosmetic chemists to formulate. So in addition to some of the things I mentioned, they're USDA certified is a bio-based product, which is a big up-and-coming label for the industry. Biodegradable, they're over 80 to 100 times more degradable than all the chemical alternatives, so they're potentially great for reef-safe sunscreens, and they're starting to be more widely adopted in the industry. So we have a branded B2B business ingredient model. We started out marketing here in North America, expanded into the Midwest. We use distributors, and we think that we can grow this market to over $40 million in revenue in the next 5 years, and we think there's a lot of upside beyond that as well too. So our growth to date, as I mentioned, we've had actually over $600,000 in angel seed investments, and that's allowed us to bring in non-dilutive SBR grants. We went through the Generator G Beta program here through Distillery Labs not too long ago. And with Fruit Shield sales are about $140,000 last year. Excuse me. And I'm sorry. So that's about a threefold year-over-year increase in sales. Thank you. Excuse me. We've got, can't talk. Great adoption of our product. Primarily sunscreens, but also a lot of dermatology products. And here's some on the market. We just had a big audit from Estee Lauder last week, so we're excited to hopefully introduce them into our as our customer. And we're in a great market. Sun care is the fastest growing part of the skincare market. As I mentioned, we started off in the US and Europe, but globally it's $1 billion ingredients market for sun care. And we think there's markets all over in other areas too, including textiles, paints and coatings, anything where you want UV protection or need a strong antioxidant. We've got a great team of people. This is my third biotech startup. We've got people, Layla came out of Harvard Medical School postdoc. We've got people from MIT and other places. Sorry. And we're currently out raising, we're getting ready to raise a $3.5 million Series A round. We've got a $600,000 convertible notes round open right now that will convert at a 20% discount to the next round. That comes with a 35% state of Illinois tax credit. So you get 35% of your money back in taxes, in tax credits. And we've already got a matching commitment for $100,000 from the state of Illinois that we're looking to close on soon. Use of funds is basically to increase production. We have a limitation of about a metric ton a year of product that we can produce, and so our funds are going primarily to scale up the Fruit Shield product. As I mentioned, we have an advanced biotech platform and a number of other products that we're working on down the line. And we just moved into our new technology center over on Sterling and Forest Hill Avenue. Excuse me, 11,000 square foot facility, 3,500 square foot of lab space, and a 2,500 dedicated production suite, GMP production suite for the Fruit Shield. Stop by and see us sometime. And we have a number of great follow-on products that we're developing: skincare prebiotics, human milk oligosaccharides for infant nutrition, and technologies that help develop new anti-infective, anti-cancer drugs. And we provide services to other biotech companies in the area, small startups. Here's some of them.
So in summary, we've got a great opportunity driven by market need, great technology, and we're poised for growth. So thank you. Excuse me. Take some questions? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So by way of Chicago, can you give us a little insight to you personally and why you chose Peoria, why you choose to keep choosing
Yep.
Peoria?
So I've been here a little over 20 years now in Peoria. I live in Chicago and Peoria, so we have a house that I built on, which I spend most of my time at now. I got my PhD in Chicago. My first company was in Chicago. And then when I was looking to start my second, we started a collaboration with the USDA Ag Lab, so that's why we're here. Yeah.
What do you make it from?
So, yeah, Ferula Shield, it's soybean oil or any vegetable oil, but soybean oil. And then we attach a molecule called ferulic acid. And it's a cool enzymatic process. Hold on. Okay, so we take the ferulic acid, actually ethyl ferrolate, that comes out of plants. It's nature's natural photoprotectant. It's really hard to formulate. People use it in some cosmetics. It's very hard to formulate because it's not soluble in oil or water. So by attaching it to the oil here, it makes it very easy to formulate in any oil compound. And you get all the great antioxidant and photoprotectant properties with it.
Can you buy it locally?
Yes, but it's an ingredient. It's an ingredient, so you'll use it in it's mostly B2B cosmetic.
So what were your other two companies or startups?
So my first was a company called Demirjian, and we developed enzymes from organisms that grew at high temperatures. These are things that grow in the deep sea vents and hot springs, and their enzymes are very stable for industrial applications. So about half the work we did was developing new enzymes to make things like high fructose corn syrup. We became the de facto R&D arm of Demirjian. They were called corn products at the time, and developed a lot of the enzymes to make high fructose corn syrup, still in use today. So you can kind of blame us for that if you don't like high fructose corn syrup. And the other half of what we did was research for pharmaceutical companies trying to figure out how to manufacture some very difficult molecules. We developed the technology to make Lyrica and other things like that. So we sold that in 2000. I helped take that company public. I became the head of technology. And then second company was Zuchem, which was focused on the xylitol. And now that's being manufactured in China. We're hoping to bring the manufacturing here into the US. That had a long road and developed a lot of extra technologies. And when we decided to focus on xylitol, we spun the rest out into Midwest Bioprocessing. So that's kind of how Midwest started up. Yeah.
Okay, I got a question.
Yep.
Then I'll send it back to you. Dawn kind of stole my question, but
Yeah.
I do have one before that. With everything you start, there's usually something that builds up to that.
Right, yeah.
What was your, for this last one, this more recent one, what was your push, or what did you see that there was a need for?
Well, it's interesting, and I didn't immediately see the need for the Ferula Shield stuff. So there was another company that had started up that started marketing that, but they didn't put a lot of effort behind it, and I thought we'd bring it in, sounded kind of neat, and then the market pulled it. It was great. So we started out with we have a very strong sugar technology team. And so we're doing a lot of that developing at Midwest for other things. But this just took off. So this is our lead product, and that's what we saw. So I kind of answered that backwards. We didn't predict that, actually. And that's what I've seen from the beginning. You never know what's going to hit. So you have to be ready to hit, to go after what hits.
So thank you for being with us today. Very interesting. So this is probably going to have some humor in it. And I don't mean it exactly for the humor, but do you test it on animals? And is your facility over there in Sterling full of animals?
No. It's a microbiology lab. So think brewing beer and and stuff like that.
Okay, and I'm Irish, so I'd be happy to try it sometime.
For one thing, Bob, you'd make a good guinea pig.
I agree.
Have you, you mentioned soybeans, have you done anything or any partnerships like further upstream with like Monsanto or Syngenta or any, as far as developing?
Not at Midwest Bioprocessing, at some of the other companies, but we do have a couple of partnerships in place with the Illinois Soybean Association. So, so we're developing new products from soybean with them.
I was curious about how you've gone through like the patenting process for this, because there's a lot of obviously intellectual property
Yep,
that you're
yep.
dealing with. Can you talk a little bit about
Yeah,
that?
sure. First of all, it's the most expensive part about what we do, so I wish it was cheaper, but we work with a great patent firm called McDonald, Main and Hulbert and Berghoff up in Chicago. And pretty much everything we do, we file patents on and around, because I mean, that's our whole game is protecting our intellectual property. So it's expensive, but we work with some great people that can help us navigate that. Yeah.
So is the product in any brands right now, is it
Yes.
commercially available?
Yeah, I showed a bunch of them at the beginning.
Yeah.
So, let's see.
Someone's going to Hawaii or something.
Right, they're not in any of the big, so it's a little bit expensive, so it mostly goes into the specialty and the high-end markets right now. So, the top ones are all sunscreens, the bottom are dermatology products. But Estee Lauder would be a big win to get so the big brands that you'd recognize, I think up here, maybe just still isn't Garden, but, and that's an older product, so. Estee Lauder will be a big win for us if we get that.
Do we
We
know,
get that.
we know when that is gonna happen, or?
They said they're looking to maybe buy a half a ton of material this year, but I don't know when. So probably for next year.
Could you tell us, like, in your Peoria plant or office or
Yep.
lab, how many total employees?
We've got about 10 full-time equivalents right now, so we're small.
So you produce that product and then it's shipped to these different companies and they incorporate it into their product?
Correct, yep. I think I have a picture of our production unit, let's see. It's not very big, it's the size of a large restaurant refrigerator, basically. And we can produce about 1 metric ton a year with that. So here's kind of, these are enzyme columns, and we just flow the soybean oil and the ethyl ferrolate through that, and out the other end continuously comes a product. And this is inside of an incubation cabinet. And we're looking to redesign that so it doesn't have to go into an incubation cabinet, and we're working with the University of Illinois to help us redesign that right now, so we can go to 10 to 24 times the size of that. Hopefully by the end of this year.
What's an incubation cabinet?
It's what it is a modified bread proofing oven. It's about, like I said, the size of a large refrigerator, restaurant refrigerator, like a 2 or 3 door restaurant. And then we just modify it so it heats instead of cools. And we roll this unit inside there. Keeps it at 60 degrees C.
60 degrees Celsius.
Yes, so that's pretty warm.
Yeah.